Hello, good morning. This is my second video in my 14-day fasting experiment. I've lost some weight, but nothing too dreadfully exciting because some of that will be food that was in my body, and some of it will be just water. But essentially it's 3.2 pounds, which is nearly 1.5 kilos, which sounds great, but don't really believe it. I know from fasting in the past, I tend to lose between 1 and 2 pounds a day, which is great. Yeah, feeling really good. Did have a few wobbly moments last night, feeling a bit hungry, and I was thinking, oh, maybe I can actually start this in a couple of days' time instead. But I'd already posted the video, so accountability. But that passed, I just ignored it. Plenty of water, plenty of electrolytes. Just a quick thing for the electrolytes, okay? I've been following someone called Cole Robinson on Snake Diet, and he is a really nice guy, but he's quite abrasive when you actually see him on his website. He shouts a lot, and the first thing he says is, "Hey, fatty." And I didn't like it initially, but I got used to it after a while. And actually, he did leave me a message one time, and he was actually really softly spoken and quite a nice guy. He varies a lot in what he says. He kind of experiments with what he's doing quite a bit. But he's come up with a really good idea for the electrolytes. Whether you like the rest of the stuff he does or not, it's up to you. If you just check out Snake Diet, his name's Cole Robinson. It's quite extreme, but the science behind it is good. His blend of electrolytes is essentially 1 teaspoonful of bicarbonate of soda, half a teaspoonful of pink Himalayan salt, 1 teaspoonful of potassium chloride, some form of magnesium. I use just under a teaspoonful of magnesium citrate and a tiny little bit of borax or boron, just a tiny bit, like 1/8 of a teaspoon. This is all mixed up in 2 litres of water, which I stir up and I sip it through the day. I'm lucky if I finish the 2 litres because it does make me a bit thirsty. I find having fizzy water helps me with the rest of the time. Yeah, so you should try and drink that because it does stop you getting headaches, it'll stop you getting cramps, and it makes the whole thing a lot more sustainable. Don't worry about the salt intake because the diet is very diuretic, so you will be actually urinating a lot, and you will get rid of the excess of sodium anyhow, and you'll get rid of so much water that your blood pressure won't go up anyway. Something else I want to say, something I noticed last night, I actually got really cold. Now, when I was fasting for a week, the weather was boiling, so being cold was great because it meant I wasn't suffering, especially having to work in PPE, etc. Last night I got cold. That's normal when you're fasting. I think some people say it's to do with iodine. I've taken iodine and things, and for me it doesn't really make much difference. Right, the next thing I want to talk about is ketosis, very quickly. Ketosis is what happens, it's a state that occurs when you've depleted all of your carbohydrate stores within your body. So once you've got rid of all of the glycogen in the liver and in the muscles, which is a stored form of carbohydrate, which is actually stored 2-to-1 ratio with water, which is one of the reasons why when you deplete the glycogen, you lose so much water, hence the big weight loss thing. Yeah, so the idea is you want to deplete all forms of carbohydrate in your body so you're actually burning fat. Another great thing about fasting is your insulin levels will eventually drop. Once they drop, your body can very quickly and easily dip into your body's fat stores. When insulin levels are high, which is why you may be uncomfortable for a day or two, when insulin levels are high, you cannot use the lipase enzyme, you cannot dip into your fat supplies, which is why people get hangry and things. Once your insulin levels are regulated and you can then dip into getting fat, which is a form of fat adaptation, then you can easily get that fat from your body's stores. Okay, so you want to get into ketosis. Ketosis naturally regulates your appetite. I personally don't find that I have any side effects from it. Ketosis, benign dietary ketosis, is very different to ketoacidosis, which occurs in type 1 diabetics if they're not managing it properly. Benign dietary ketosis is fine. A long time ago, I was in ketosis for 6 months without a break, and it was fine, and I lost 6 stone in that time. I was totally fine. I was weight training, I was doing loads of exercise. It was good. Okay, so yesterday I went out for an hour's walk. That was fine, not taxing at all. Not been feeling bad. I would expect I feel a little bit low later on today. That'll just be me switching to ketosis and getting used to things. I'm pretty sure after 3 or 4 days I'll be feeling great. I feel quite calm. Yeah, it's all good. So I can't think of anything else to say. I will actually maybe leave a link to Cole Robinson's Snake Diet page at the bottom of the YouTube video if I can work out how to do it. Yeah, but generally speaking, all good, going well. Hopefully see you tomorrow. Bye.